Hey, buds, welcome to We Can Talk Heroes, where we talk about everything cool that's happening in superheroes this week. To start with movies, we've got a new Deadpool and Wolverine teaser. It was a lot of fun. A lot of I didn't think we were gonna get a Lady Deadpool teaser, and we
Yeah,
got a little bit more of Dogpool, which is always good.
yeah,
Um,
just feed it to me. I want to see as much Deadpool and Wolverine as I can.
oh
But
yeah, man.
what do you think Lady Deadpool is going to be? Ladypool.
Well, I've seen a lot of people say that it could be Blake Lively,
Would
which I think
make the most sense.
would be a lot of fun. It would be the
Yeah,
best. I think it'd be. I f- I feel like if I was at the writers' table, I would be like, well, we got to just do like Ryan Reynolds and drag. Like that's it has to be
yeah.
what we do.
That would be very funny.
So that's my theory is that it's either going to be Blake Lively or it's going to be just Ryan Reynolds in makeup. I think that would
It
be
could. What if it's
really
Rob
cool.
McElhaney in drag?
Oh, that would be so good. You know
Because
that's at the table
he's
too.
confirmed to be to have a guest appearance in
Oh,
the
really?
movie.
Okay. Getting close to that release date, man. I'm
Can't wait. Yeah, I got a Cleveland area guys get our tickets, and so we can go see it together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of the Cleveland area, it sounds like the new Superman movie has started filming. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So there were some sets set up, I think, in Mentor, um, and some elite thing of like the new Lexicorp logo, which I didn't actually look at. I kind of want to be surprised.
Oh, okay.
But if you are interested, you can probably find it on Reddit very easily, on any of the DCU subreddits. Also, I applied to be an extra, and I didn't get it. Didn't hear back at all.
Ah, that
But
sucks.
the whole process was hilarious. Like I had to take pictures of myself. I had Emily taking like a full body shot of me against my kitchen wall. Like
Oh, that's odd.
they were like, "Do you have a car that you could bring to set?" I was like, I answered yes, and I had to take pictures of it. And they're like, "Do you have a bicycle you could bring to set?"
Huh.
I said yes, and I took pictures of it. And then they're like, "Do you have a dog?" I was like, "I'm not bringing my, I'm bringing my dog to the Superman set."
That would be so crazy to see you in that movie. Like just
Oh,
as
it'd be
as
nuts,
like bike
just in the
riding
background.
civilian.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Could you imagine if you were the guy who gets his car destroyed? You're walking up with your dog and your car just gets wrecked and you're like,
With the
"Oh,
bike on the back too.
Superman!"
Yeah.
Onto TV. Uh, the Suicide Squad anime that's coming out got a release date July 5th, which is pretty close.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's I haven't seen too much about it, but I did a little bit of research. It's being done by Wit Studio, for those anime fans. They did the first couple seasons of Attack on Titan and Ranking of Kings, which I love Ranking of Kings. I think that was an incredible anime. And then, of course, Spy Family, which is like sweeping the anime, community. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a Suicide Squad isekai where they get sent to a magical world of magic and monsters, a fantasy world of magic and monsters. But Clayface, Peacemaker, Deadshot, Joker, Harley Quinn, King Shark, the whole family's there. Maybe not Boomerang though,
That's pretty cool.
which is interesting. But I mean, hey, I'm sure it's going to be just super wacky. But Wit Studios does some incredible animation work, and you know, it
Yeah,
can't be. It's either for something as silly that as that premise, it's either going to be just amazing or it's going to be so bad it's worth watching, right? Like it's no matter what, it's going to be at least worth your time, I think. Hey, speaking of Suicide Squad, it looks like the game Kill the Justice League flopped pretty bad, which we all know, but bad enough that Rocksteady's pulling out resources from the game and reportedly has cost Warner Brother $200 million, which is
Jeez.
an insane amount of money to lose. Uh,
AAA video game. Yeah,
yeah, that's
gosh, that's a big
really,
flop.
really
I still
something.
haven't played it because it just doesn't look very fun to me. It looks almost too chaotic and
Yeah,
just all over the place.
but it was kind of like from pretty much all the reviews that I saw, it was just like, yeah, the core gameplay loop is fine, which is kind of like you have to have a good core gameplay loop to keep a live service game going, like that, and then constant engagement, right? So like they're like, yeah, we don't know what the engagement's going to look like in the future, and the core gameplay loop is like okay. According to a couple of sources, Suicide Squad is getting quote bare bones support, and Rocksteady's moving on to other projects. It's rumored to be a new single player game, which I mean, hey,
Oh, I did see that. Yeah. More single player games, please. Like,
that seems to be what the trend is moving towards, thankfully. Speaking of game announcements and showcases, we also got a teaser for the new Batman Arkham game, Batman Arkham Shadow, which appears to be a VR game. It's going to be available for Oculus. I'm not super stoked. I think the Arkham series has a good reputation for well deserved for being like
it's amazing.
Yeah, a good point in the right direction, and really, and they've kind of misstepped like on the spiritual successor Gotham Knights. They kind of really missed the mark on that.
Yeah, that wasn't good, but the Arkham games as a whole, holy crap! Like some of my favorite games ever.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I want another Arkham game like Arkham City or Arkham Knight, but if we're gonna move to like, you know, live service and then VR, like we're like, I feel like we're pointing in the wrong directions. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I would like to see something a little bit closer. And I mean, hey, the director for Arkham Shadow said that he said that Arkham Asylum was quote his guiding star, like his North Star for this game. So it could be good. I don't know. I mean, there's been great VR games, and I've played a few of them, so it could be awesome. But
yeah,
we'll have to
I'm
see.
interested in I would definitely try it like on a friend's VR set, but I'm not going to buy a VR set for it. There's not enough games on VR right now that interest me enough.
And lastly, for We Can Be Heroes, we've got a couple things going on in the next week or two. Spencer, we got some conventions we're going to, right?
Yeah. Well, so July we'll be there July 21st to 23rd, I think, at Origins in Columbus. Really looking forward to that. We don't have a booth or anything like that, but we will be running a demo at the Unpub room. We are part of GDN, proud members of that organization. Great group of people. So we'll be running a demo there. We only get a limited amount of time to run it. Are in the room and you see us, swing by, say hi. We might be accepting pre-orders for We Can Be Heroes at the table. We've got a pre-order shop set up right now. We haven't launched or anything like that, so hopefully it's ready by then. If not, then we'll have that online. But obviously the Kickstarter ended back in March.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting everything prepped for all of our backers. You'll be the first ones to get everything. Don't worry. We love you.
We're hard at work finishing the book, which I mean,
it's looking good.
Yeah,
it's looking pretty good so far. We're just wrapping up edits and stuff. Still doing some play testing too with the new superpowers.
Oh yeah.
Last night you had probably the most epic moment we've had so far. And We Can Be Heroes.
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah, we're testing out just everything to make sure that it all feels good and that nothing's too overpowered and nothing's too underpowered. And I have a big mad hero, which is like the, like tanky strength, the Hulk type power. And you can immediately apply an injury table, which you could only normally do if you land a crit whenever you use your superpower. And I rolled a natural 1 on a D100, which is just immediately knocks the enemy out cold. So the first hit we had for like the big boss of the encounter, I just like walloped him and knocked him right to the ground.
The 1% chance.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't think I've ever rolled a 1 on a D100 ever. Like, have I seen one that I can recall?
No. Yeah, same. That's why we put it in there, because like as an option to go down to 0 HP and be out cold, it's just wildly improbable. But the fact that you still have that tiny chance is so fun. And provided just a very memorable moment at the table.
All right, well, that's all we got for you this week, folks. So until next time, I'm Smiley.
And I'm Spencer.
We'll see you all next week.